Hi everyone, this is Anil. I'm Oracle Integration Cloud Certified Developer, means OIC Certified Developer. I have been in integration industry from almost 10 years and I have 6 years of working experience in OIC. I would like to share my OIC knowledge using this channel. So I will explain each and every topic from OIC in order, means if you are a beginner, you want to learn OIC. So what to understand first and then what and then what. So I'll go in that order so that it will be very helpful for beginners to experts to understand the topic. So in this video, I will explain OIC navigations. So left top, you can see the navigation menu. You need to click on this. So you can see home, my tasks, processes, integrations, B2B, Visual Builder, Insight, and monitoring. So from all these, we mainly use integrations and monitoring. And we also use processes and visual builders and insight. But mainly, most of the companies, I can say, 80% plus companies who are using OIC, they mainly go with the integrations. Some companies these days, they are using processes. They are building processes and also they are using visual builder. So I can tell you what all these are. But first we will start with integrations and then we can go for the processes and visual builder. So what is processes? I can give you best example. So you are working in a company and you want to apply for a leave, 1 or 2 days leave. So in that case, you need to open any web page. You need to open any web page and there you need to give what is the leave type, sick leave or casual leave. You need to select from the drop down and then you need to give from date and to date. How many days you are applying for the leave. And then you need to provide other required information based on the web page and then you need to click on submit. So that should go to your manager. Automatically that should go to your manager and based on his decision. So he will review your inputs, your application details. And if it is okay, then he'll approve it. Otherwise, he will reject it. So if he rejects it, that should come back to you with the details so that you can take an action. So if he approves it, that should send an email notification so that your team can be aware that you are going on a leave on so and so date. So this is the requirement. So when you click on submit, that should automatically go to your manager only. And then based on his decision, that should come back to you or send an email notification. So these all decisions can be taken in a process. For that, we need to build a process. So this type of business automations can be done in processes. Business flows can be done in processes. Okay. And then integrations. So integrations means before integrations, let me tell you visual builder. So visual builder, in our last example, I was telling you about leave application. To apply for a leave, you have opened some web page and there you have selected whether it is casual leave or sick leave, a drop down, and then you have provided the dates. So that web page can be built using Visual Builder. You just need to click on Visual Builder and you just need to drag and drop the text boxes for the dates and also drop down for the leave type and then drag and drop a button. And you can link your Visual Builder with the process so that it will send that information to your process. Okay, so using Visual Builder, you can build mobile applications or web applications. And then integrations. Integrations means, let's say your company is using Nexonia for leave applications. So we all go into Nexonia and we submit a leave application there. And your company HR system is Fusion. So they want to, systems to be in sync, so that, for that, the requirement is you need to send the data from Nexonia to Fusion. Whenever someone submitted their leave application or that is approved based on some, criteria, you want to send the data from Nexonia to Fusion. So in that case, we go for the integrations. We'll build an integration so that it can fetch the data from Nexonia and then transforms it and then send it to Fusion based on the web services. So that is integrations. And then insight. What is insight? So in our same example, so tomorrow HR manager want to verify. So who all are applied for leaves in this month, how many people applied and who are they? And let's say if you are looking for some employee, 101 employee ID, for how many leaves he has and how many got rejected and how many got approved, you want to verify. So in that case, when you are building an integration, you have to create insight based on the employee ID. For employee ID, let's say you have created insight for employee ID and also the application status, means whether it is rejected or approved, and the leave type, and one more is leave count. So based on the data, you can decide which are useful for the monitoring. You can create insight for them based on them. So when you are building an integration, if you choose best data elements for the insight, you can easily monitor the data. Means when business user opens data analysis, if he gives the employee ID, immediately it will show him how many applications how many leaves he took and what all are rejected or approved, and how many he already used and how many are left. And these all details he can get within a seconds. We no need to again do analysis and we need to prepare Excel sheet and then we need to provide to him. No, in the same OIC page, with a single click, he can see all these details if you have the insight implemented correctly. So that is the beauty of insight, and this is getting popular in these days. And then monitoring. Monitoring means, let's say we have an integration and that is scheduled or, app driven integration. You can monitor the logs from the monitoring page. So you need to go into this and you need to click on integration and tracking, so that you can see what all our integrations got triggered and what is the log, what is the payload, input payload and output payload. You can see all these details in the tracing. Okay. And if you go into integrations, you can see integrations, connections, lookups, packages, agents, adapters, and libraries. So integrations. When you click on integrations, you can see what all are integrations that you have in your OIC instance. And you want to create, you can create. If you want to import, you can import. So this is the integrations page. And when you click on connections, you can see the connections. Salesforce connection, or Fusion connection, or FTP connection. If you want to create any connection, you can create any connection. And if we create one connection and we can use the same connection in multiple integrations. And then lookups. Lookups is like a table. Let's say we have a test instance and production instance. And in each and every integrations, we use email notifications. Most of the integrations, we use email notifications to send whether it is success or fail. And in production, you want to send some to some group, and in test instance, you want to send to some group. So how do you differentiate? In that case, we can use this facility, like we can create a lookup, and there we can configure whether it is test or production. And based on that, you can just take a two group from the lookup, and you can send the email notification, or you can validate based on the instance name too inside a mapper. So anyways, there are many ways to implement requirement. But most of the people, the best example for lookups is country code. Let me show you that. See here, let me open one of the lookup from this. See country code and country name. So what this means is, if you send country code as IND, you can get India in return. If you send India in input, you can get IND, a shortcut name, in return. Means you can configure when you are calling this lookup, or when you want to use this lookup, you can configure what is input field and what is output field. So based on that, you can get the data. So this is the best example for lookup. And package. So package means, let's say we are building sales order integration and purchase order integration. So both are related to SCM. So in this case, I'll create a CM related package, and I'll just create sales order integration, purchase order integration inside it. I'll just link them in the same package. I'll create them so that whenever I export or import a package, these two integrations can be exported and imported into other instance. Otherwise, you need to export and import integrations separately. If you have a package and you have linked it multiple integrations, and you want to just migrate them at a time, you can use package. So that is the best example for this. And when you have a package created, let's say same example, we have a SCM package and we have sales order and purchase order integration it. You always no need to export the package. If you want to just migrate the sales order integration, you can directly export and import the sales order integration. So there is no issue with that. And then agent. Agent means we have an on-premise application and we want to send that on-premise application data to cloud. So in that case, we need to install agent in our on-premise instance. And then we need to link with the cloud. So when you want to integrate on-premise application with the cloud, then we need to install agent. Adapter. We have REST adapters, SOAP adapters, Salesforce adapter. Lot of pre-built, pre-installed adapters are there in OIC to use. And this is everyone aware that when you are creating a connection, we need to choose one of the adapter and we need to configure it so that connection will be created, and we can use that directly in an integration. Libraries, we mostly don't use this, but in some cases when you want to build custom code, we go for the libraries. Best example for that is, your application is expecting some dates in a certain format that is not already exist in OIC. Some custom format you need to build. So in that case, you can just write a JavaScript code, and you can just import into it. You can add that into the library and you can use that library. You can call that library from the integration. so that that script can be executed and you can get the output how your application is expecting. So that is the beauty of library. So this is all for today. We can look into more next videos. Thank you all and good luck.